this corner,
Entrepreneurs.
we got Jay.
Inside Locker Room with Ann and Jay on WNLK 1350 AM.
Let's get it. Sports heaven, Sunday before 11. You're not familiar with it, you will learn a good lesson by balling and flipping. Hawaii and stepping. Man, hear a lot of grown men talk, of course yelling. The women make the LA spark, so no telling. I talk about the ones in stores, hustle girls, not boys. Playing ball like a game of toys. Football on, so we raise the noise. Steelers and Cowboys, Giants and Jets. Patriots most hated, but of course the best. Like a Floyd May fight, we gon' place our bet. Anthony and Jay on the mic, you know they bet. Big T break up the fights like Keto rep. It's baseball, Yankees tonight, the beat the Mets. Brooklyn Nets a mile away, FC at the rock away. Junior football on the rise. Big yesterday, sisterhood came a surprise. Junior was great every week, just as a ride. And we never take broadcast stories as live. And we never hate, look at the ball in the sky. As the leader place, home run hits in July. Big T to face, NBA finals in June. I'ma need a date, March Madness almost over. Carolina play North versus South Gonzaga. Or another state inside the locker room more. Anthony and Jay inside the locker room more. Anthony and Jay inside the locker room more. Anthony and Jay inside the locker room more. Anthony and Jay.
Good morning. Inside the locker room. They make sure my mic is on, man.
Yeah, he's on now.
It's on. I can't hear myself in the headphones. But good morning, everybody. Inside the locker room. Happy Easter. Happy Resurrection Sunday.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Happy Easter, everyone. Hope everyone has a blessed day, and we get to see everybody today. There we go. Now I'm good. All right. First of all, I want to say what's up to everybody in the room. Good morning. We Nessa's out there, so she'll come back in a few minutes. We talk to our guests. We got a full house today, and finally got some air in here.
Boys, it was feeling like it. The west side of Africa. West coast of Africa.
Good morning, Jay. How are you, bro?
Feel better now that it's cooled down in this joint.
It was a little warm.
I feel great, man. Happy Easter, everyone that's listening up. It's a great Sunday morning. The weather's going to be nice. I'm pretty sure everybody's either headed to church, getting ready to church. If you can't check us out this morning, we're always going to replay this segment of the show on Tuesdays, 6 o'clock, Big T. 6 o'clock every Tuesday, and soon to come, we're going to be airing our show live on cable vision.
Talk to him, man. Talk to him.
So a lot of things happening, guys. So make sure you check us out.
Channel 88, Public Access TV, Cable Vision Optimum, Wednesday nights 8 to 9. If you guys have cable, so make sure you check us out, man. We're inside of what we do, and we hope you guys get a chance to watch us. Couple of things going on in the world of sports. Obviously, the NHL playoffs started. Yes, I started with hockey. The hockey playoffs started this week. Chicago and Nashville. Ottawa beat Boston last night. Toronto beat Washington. Nashville beat Chicago. Anaheim beat Calgary. Today, Pittsburgh and Columbus. Minnesota, St. Louis. Minnesota leads 2-0. Pittsburgh leads 2-0. The Rangers are tied up with Montreal. They're the only local team in the playoffs, so the Rangers are playing tonight at 7 o'clock, Game 3 at Madison Square Garden. Later on today, San Jose and Edmonton. And then, the rest of the guys will finish up later on in the week tomorrow with the hockey playoffs. But the big thing is the NBA playoffs started last night. 4 games. 4 very interesting games for 4 very different, interesting reasons. Mm-hmm. And Jay and I will give our picks. In the room today, we have our big brother, Big T. We have our sister, Nesta, in the building. Big T, happy Easter. Big T did something big for us this morning, man. We had a chance to circle up and give God His blessings. And, on behalf of the show, we really want to say
we appreciate that.
We appreciate that, and that, all you guys are getting ready for church today, or going out to church or at church or whatever, make sure you give God thanks. And, we're on this radio show every Sunday morning. We thank, the blessings that we have from above. We're very, very appreciative of all we get to do, and I think that comes from the mentorship and the love of Big T. Thomas Big T Hart.
Cool.
If it wasn't for him, obviously he's our mentor, our everything. So we kind of want to give him a big shout out all the time.
He gave me emotional.
He's wiping his eye. He's wiping his eye.
Welling up a little bit.
Yeah, welling up a little bit. Got him feeling all serious. Also, we have the lovely Melody Gonzalez in the building. A lot of harmony.
Hey, good morning.
She brought us a gallon of tea.
She trying to say something.
Yeah,
She trying to say after all that good Easter eating everybody's gonna do today, all collard greens, macaroni and cheese, rice, ham, what everybody's cooking today. She's trying to give us hints that we need to get on that tea on Monday.
I think she's trying to tell us that we're fat. She didn't bring any.
Is that the politically correct word?
Fat?
Yeah.
Oversized?
Healthy.
Healthy? Extra large?
There we go.
Overweight.
And that voice you hear in the background is James.
I don't know.
James is one of the only guests we allowed to come in during the monologue, but we
Appreciate it.
in a couple minutes. He's hanging out with us. So if you see a strange guy in the picture, don't
That's Mez, man.
It's just Maz. He's going to talk a little Bridgeport American Legion. He's going to talk a little Bridgeport travel baseball. Kind of get some support up for his guys, man, and all the young men in Bridgeport play baseball, get ready for baseball season. Speaking of baseball, my Mets would be 7-1, 7-2 if they didn't play Miami. And I'm getting aggravated because they keep losing to Miami. They lost to Miami the night before by 1 run in the 9th inning. Then they lost last night. DeGrom pitched a great game, and then they give up back-to-back home runs in the 8th. And lose 5-4, so I got a little agita today. They got to go ahead and get a win today.
Miami is a true home field advantage for any team that travels, whether it's baseball, football, basketball. You travel to Miami, there's a lot of distractions out there, so they're probably enjoying that Miami life too much.
They better get their life together because I'm a Mets fan. We need to get going. The Yankees are rolling. I can't talk about the Yankees just
The
yet.
young Yankees.
The New York Yankees are rolling. They play very well. So
They look reminiscent of that the start of that little run that they had back in like '96, I believe.
Slow down, not that.
Right?
Slow
They look reminiscent of that though.
Slow down, brother. All right.
Don't hate because you're a Met fan. I'm just trying to speak facts here.
The actual factuals.
Also, you guys, next Saturday, if you don't have your tickets, from what I understand from you can see there's only 50 tickets left. So make sure you get your tickets next Saturday. Miracle Temple Fellowship Hall. Let's get the name on. Miracle Temple Fellowship Hall. The Eric Stanley Life Tour with Eric Stanley, world famous violinist Eric Stanley, the wonderful girl from the hit TV show Star and Glamour will be in the building. Miss Anaya Cheyenne will be in the building, and Miss Tiana Berry will be in the building. All performing next Saturday. This Saturday coming up from 12 to 4 or 12:30 to 4. If you want tickets, grab them here at WNLK. Grab them. Here it is.
I don't have any more.
We don't have any more, but we'll get some more here.
I
All right, so we'll get some more up here at the station if you guys want some. We'll make sure to check that out.
also
Also at the Eric Stanley website, www.ericstanleyworldwide.com. So make sure you guys go online and pick up your tickets. You'll have some fools for some hosts that'll be in the building inside the locker room, and Jazz on Ice will be in the building hosting the show. And we're gonna try to entertain you guys, but more importantly, it's a great concert with some really, really good artists. So make sure you guys are a part of that. Jay.
Yes.
Did you watch any of the basketball last night?
I sure did.
Four games yesterday. The game started early with Cleveland and Indiana. Now, here are my predictions for the playoffs. And even though we're 1 day behind, I'm going to give them anyway. I say Cleveland and Indiana are going to go all 7. And,
All 7?
Yeah, and the reason why is because I think that sometimes Cleveland has these defensive lapses. They have these lapses. They just do. And what happens is they do what they did at the end of the game yesterday. They had a 10-point lead late in the fourth quarter, and then let Indiana come back and take a shot to try to win the game.
Well, I think it's, as we know, basketball is all about matchups and how you match up against one another, position by position. It could go all 7. I just think between Paul George and Lance Stevenson, they can switch on a lot of defensive sets, playing against Cleveland in the playoffs, and as history shows, they give them fits. So I agree with you. It could possibly go 7 with that series. which is not conducive to Cleveland's success in the playoffs.
No. Yesterday, Toronto and Milwaukee played, and Milwaukee absolutely hammered Toronto in every phase of the game. Toronto couldn't get to the basket.
That Milwaukee team,
The Greek Freak had 28.
efficient points.
Yes. I mean, he was literally just bullying people down there.
He's not normal. He's an alien.
No, he's going to be the best player in the league in 2 years.
District 9.
Yeah. So
That's what he is.
In 2 years from now, he'll be the best player in the league. It's no doubt in my mind.
So he's taking over Anthony Davis' spot?
Yeah, Kevin Durant, everybody. If he gets any sort of mid-range jump shot,
He's almost there with the mid-range.
yeah, he's going to be unguardable. Second half, some game was played earlier in the night. Some team beat another team in Texas. Who really cares? No, I'm kidding. Jay's a big Spurs fan. So San Antonio beat Memphis.
They blew him out by 30.
Well, it was a game. It was a game.
That's all I heard.
Y'all have problems with Memphis, didn't they beat y'all 10 years ago?
Look, I don't want to hear none of that nonsense. This team right here, our team, the Spurs, we're not fooling around right now. If anybody watched the game, we're not fooling around. We're not taking no prisoners.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you can pray today. It's Easter.
You calling
I still think Memphis is going to get 2 games.
You know, we're on a peace and love show, so it's not something that we condone and doing any type of bet. So we're going to have to do a friendly bet on that if you would like to do so, sir, because that's not going to happen. They're not even going to get 2.
They're not going to get 2.
We might average double digits in beating them in the playoffs this year.
Wow.
Average double digits.
All right, there's a bunch of people in the room with us, so make sure
Well, they don't have nothing to say because they know.
Okay. San Antonio, I think Memphis is going to get 2 games.
Nah, that's not going to happen.
And then last night, finish it up with the Clippers in Utah. And I said,
Clip show got beat
and I said yesterday,
without their best defender.
and I said yesterday
How
that
dare.
Utah will upset the Clippers. Utah will win the series 4.
Without their best player.
And Rudy Gobert goes down in the first quarter with a knee injury. Might be out for the entire playoffs. No real damage to his knee. He doesn't need surgery, but he still might not play the rest of this series. He'll be ready for the next series. But I still think Utah has enough to beat the Clippers. And this is my next prediction.
What does that say? Hold on, before we move on, what does that say about the Clippers, that team? What's going to happen to that team? And in regards to them staying together,
And that's where I was going with this.
Okay, I thought you were going to move to
No. That's where I was going with this. After this series and they lose, that team has to be blown up. Carmelo has to go in there and take Blake Griffin's spot. Carmelo will be a Clipper next year. You get rid of Blake Griffin.
So he's going to go from one coast to the next.
Yes, get rid of Blake Griffin. I don't know how much you can do with DeAndre Jordan. You get rid of Crawford. You get rid of J.J. Redick. You blow the team up. You keep Chris Paul. You bring in Carmelo Anthony, and then start all over.
So Chris Paul and Carmelo is what you start with.
Absolutely. Carmelo Anthony.
You got to keep DeAndre.
Carmelo Anthony.
You got to keep. Well, DeAndre got a long-term contract with him. He's not going anywhere. You got to keep DeAndre Jordan. So you need those 3. Everybody else can go.
Everybody else can go,
including Blake.
Blake has to go.
Why?
You have to trade him this year while you still have some value for him. While he's still an all-star. He's on the fringe of being an all-star.
What's the reasoning behind that?
He's not a winner. Blake Griffin is not a winner. Chris Paul is not a winner.
Okay.
Chris Paul has never been past the second round of the playoffs.
So is that a testament to Chris Paul? Why are you indicting Blake Griffin when Chris Paul is the general?
I indict both of them because a lot of people want to put Chris Paul in that top point guard list, and I don't. I don't think you can. You can't when Steph Curry has 2 back-to-back MVPs in the championship. You can't when Russell Westbrook's going to win an MVP this year. You can't when Kyrie Irving is a champion.
What Russell did is something that's not normal. That's something totally different.
Yeah, you can't. You can't when these guys are doing the things that they're doing. Like you really can't. You can't put Chris Paul in that group. I won't.
A lot of people will say that he's the only true point guard in the NBA. Like he's the only true. Like there's no such thing as a true point guard in the NBA right now. Like he's the last of that breed. Some people will argue that.
Some people are crazy.
Who else is a true point guard in the NBA right now?
None, because there's no true positions in the NBA anymore. I mean, everybody's a stretch forward that shoots a 3. There's no big men who post. All the wing players are 6'7" and could just run and jump. There's no true basketball positions anymore.
Everybody's interchangeable. If you can ball, you simply can ball.
Exactly.
Okay.
I mean, and that's the Greek Freak. We just talked about it with the Greek
Well, the
Freak.
Greek Freak is he's not a microcosm of the whole entire NBA. He's different.
Yeah. And now that we have our woman in the building, later on in the show, we're going to spend a few minutes talking about this. The Huffington Post and Zandra Hughes, 6 black chicks media. 6 brown chicks media. I'm sorry, 6 brown chicks media. Did a panel, a dating panel, for the 8 do's and don'ts of dating men. It says black men, but we'll use men in general. Mm-hmm. And some very interesting do's and don'ts. And one of the don'ts is don't expect a man to pay for the first date. So we are going to get something. Ladies, if you're listening to the show or you're watching the show on Facebook, please make sure you chime in on that. We'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Me too.
Again, should a man pay for the first date? And I'll give you his reasoning real quick, and then we can talk about it later on.
I'm staying out of this conversation. I'm not even going to join this conversation because it's just going to cause
His thing was he hates the concept of men paying for the first date. He knows it's a chivalry thing. That's what we do. It's supposed to do. But his explanation, when I read it, I was like, wait a minute. It's like changed my thought process. He says my time is just as valuable as hers. So if he doesn't know you, why should he spend capital on you?
That makes sense.
See,
but
look, see?
But
you got
tradition.
Guys, if you can see Melody's face right now.
She raised her eyebrows like, man.
Melody's face right now. Melody's looking at us like, I'll slap everybody in here.
If you're trying to get in, Doc, you got to spend some loot.
Big T's traditional. He says you got to spend some loot.
You got to pay if you want to play, basically.
That's right.
You got to
romance without no finance. That's what they told me.
That sounds like some OG game coming from Big T. So I understand what you're saying, Big T.
Ladies, fellas, please check in with us, man. Let us know how y'all feel.
There is a cutoff point, but you gotta, you gotta be nice, be sweet. The chivalry still lives, though.
Yeah, we're gonna come back and talk about that, man. Mel, give us your
problem now.
If a guy wants to take you out on a date, should he pay for it? Even if he asks you.
I feel that if someone invites you out, then they should be the one to pay. Just like if I were to invite him out, he should expect that I would pay because I'm inviting him out. You shouldn't go in with the expectation of anything from anyone. That's how I feel. Because typically when you expect, it doesn't quite turn out the way you want it to. So I just go in with low expectations.
The expectation level.
Okay.
And that sounded kind of generic to me. Just a little bit.
That sounds like a person who doesn't want to be contradicted.
I think you're trying to be nice.
I mean,
you're trying to balance yourself on the fence.
I'm trying to balance myself, but I mean,
keep it on.
But realistically, I mean, if women like to be romanced and they like to feel like they're that interesting. Okay. So if you genuinely have an interest in a woman spending a few dollars, I mean, there's a range, right? You can pick and choose how much money you want to spend, right? But if you want to get her attention, you have to do something. You can't just expect her to come out of her pocket and entertain you.
No. She pays for her meal, you pay for yours.
Going stag. That's what that's called.
It's called Dutch.
Yes.
Going Dutch.
That's awkward.
That's not a date.
All right, so
that's not a date. That's just like people meeting up and just
trying to get to know each other.
Yeah.
Right? When women say that all the time, I just want to get to know you.
Let's go have a cup of coffee.
I'm trying to get to know you.
Well, then have a cup of coffee then if you try to get to know me.
Yeah, I'm going to that rant later. But inside the locker room, WNLK 1350. Give us a call, man. 929-477-1584. Again, we're going to talk a little bit about the NBA playoffs. Big T went from no music to now we at the concerts.
Yeah.
I'm just messing with it. So we'll talk NBA playoffs. We'll get in depth. We'll give our predictions. We'll talk a little bit more about the games today. We'll share our thoughts about today's games. We will also talk to you in the building. We got my man Mez.
Good morning.
James Meszoros will be here in a second. We'll talk to him about Bridgeport American Legion and Bridgeport Little League Baseball. So we'll get him going. And then again, guys, ladies, if you're watching the Facebook Live feed right now, you watch me on Facebook Live feed right now, make sure you tune in because we want to hear your thoughts on the 8 do's and don'ts of dating men. And number 1 is men should never pay for the first date. The first date should be stag. So we want to hear your thoughts on that. All right, inside the locker room, WNLK 1350. We'll be back in a minute. All right, see y'all in a second.
A.K.A. Coleslaw, and you're listening to Inside the Locker Room with Ant and Jay, WNLK, 1350 AM.
All right, Inside the Locker Room, we back. Inside the Locker Room, Ant and Jay, we're in the building. WNLK 1350. Again, shout out to the Matriarch Agency. Shout out to Tone Hardy, Jeff, and Ice, everything that's going on next. And again, Eric's Family Life Tour this Sunday. April 22nd from 12 to 4. Miracle Temple Fellowship Hall, Eric Stanley Glamour, Tanaya Mary, and Anaya Cheyenne. Some wonderful, wonderful young people who are going to be a part of what we're doing. Big Jay,
What up?
everything good now?
Everything's great.
All right.
Great day.
Almost ready.
Happy Easter Sunday. Looks like it's going to be over 70 degrees today. Looking forward to seeing some family, eating some good food,
Yes, sir.
and just enjoying my day.
Speaking of that, can I put this out there real quick? If anybody is doing the Sunday dinner, I'm kind of by myself. And, I would love a piece of ham or a cup of collard greens.
Are you doing a plate call?
I'm doing a plate call.
Plate call.
15,000 Facebook fans, so one of you are cooking dinner today. So please, if anybody wants to make me a plate. And I don't have a car, but Uber works. I'll get an Uber. I'll come get it.
And said he'll take some hog maws, some big feet, and
cornbread,
and some Johnny cake, and he'll be all set.
Absolutely. Then I'm gonna drink that
Johnny
tea
cake.
that
I ain't heard that all the
I'm gonna
time.
drink that tea that Mel brought us. And then my sister.
Yeah, she tried to definitely label us as fat.
Yeah, she's definitely.
That's that VIP.
She didn't bring packets. She didn't bring us a little bottle.
She brought like the extra gallons.
Guys, I promise. On the next break, I promise.
I don't even know how much that is. The extra gallons.
Yeah, I promise. So at the next break, I'm going to get this bottle so you guys can see how big this bottle is.
ISO tea.
Of ISO tea that she brought us to lose weight.
And the mom just put scratch the ISO said fat.
And then Mel is doing us a big favor.
Fat tea.
Mel is actually doing our camera right now, so we're blessed to have her work the camera right now. And then Mel comes in here looking like she's going to the runway.
Oh, that she's on a photo shoot.
Yeah,
There we go.
she just put the camera on her.
Yeah. All she got to do is, make it happen.
I don't understand this. She's looking really, really. Never mind. Again, NBA playoffs. 4 games last night. 2 upsets. Well, two road wins, 2 home wins. So no big deal. A big deal in terms of Toronto, Milwaukee. That was kind of unexpected. But and then 4 games later on. But before we get back to basketball later on in the show, we have our brother James Meszoros in the building. Bridgeport Little League.
Bridgeport American Legion.
Bridgeport American Legion. Bridgeport Little League. My fault.
Right.
Any problems? Bridgeport American Legion. Yeah, man, you got actually talking to that microphone, brother. Bring that microphone close to you. Yeah. You still got your Facebook Live feed, bro?
Yes, sir.
All right, so James is in the building. James, tell us a little bit about what you're doing with Bridgeport American Legion.
Yes, we're going into our upcoming season. We start May 18th after the high school season. We cannot touch any high school players until their season is over with. So we have to wait till May 18th. We grab out of the 7 high schools in Bridgeport any athlete of baseball that wants to come out for American Legion Baseball / Bridgeport travel team.
Okay. There are 7 high schools in Bridgeport?
Yes. Well, you got the charter schools, you got the Tech, Bullhaven's, Colby, and then the 4 Bridgeport schools.
So you can pull from
We can pull some school from any school, or if you live in Bridgeport, you go to Notre Dame or Fairfield. Fairfield probably can pull.
And what is Bridgeport American Legion? Who is that? A league of other American Legion teams in Connecticut that they play? Yeah,
we have 10 teams that's in American Legion. It goes from Fairfield all the way down to Greenwich, Connecticut. It's your FCX high school teams. Okay. That's who we play against. We play a 27-game schedule at Seaside 1. That is our home field. We have a junior program and we have a senior program. We have ages from 14 to 17, and then we go 19 and under. So you can have a 15-year-old that's got some skills. We try not to keep them down at the lower level. We rather bring them up and be more seen. And college coaches that what we bring out there, and that's what we do.
And what is the difference between the Bridgeport American Legion and the Bridgeport Travel?
The Bridgeport American Legion is this specific. You have to play Legion ball. You can go to tournaments, but it has to be American Legion tournaments. So the last year we had to break it up so that the funding that we give for the travel is this for the travel. We do the money for Legion is this for Legion. So last year we went to Chicago to the MJBL. That's what we're part of. I'm the Associate National Commissioner out of Richmond, Virginia. My head national commissioner, he's out of Chicago. Last year was hosted in his town, and this year now is going to Greensboro, North Carolina. The Aggies is hosting it. And our director is William Foster from Virginia. It's back then when it first started, it was an all-black invitation. And then he just started opening up to all kids of baseball. They're trying to get kids into baseball, mostly African-American because it's low. If you see in Major League Baseball, it's
not as low as percentage ever.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what Mr. Foster's doing, he's bringing the kids down to, we went to Orlando, we went to Richmond a couple of times, Alabama, Atlanta, and what he does is he brings the African-American universities in. He gives them tours, athletic department, and they come out and watch the kids play. So hopefully, when you're out there, we said, you don't know who's in the stands. Play the best you can, and God forbid you get picked. It's great for our program because we put it out that our kids got picked up by our school.
Pretty dope.
Yeah, I mean, it was just interesting, that key point where in Major League Baseball, African American players are at its lowest point. I think that with all the when it starts at the grassroots level, starting like let's say go back to high school, when any type of kid shows any type of athletic talent, being that it's an African American community, they're going to get pushed towards basketball and football automatically.
Yep.
I myself can attest to that. I played high school baseball my freshman year. I always regret that I stopped playing because I wanted to focus in on football and basketball. So, and even in today's environment, kids don't even play multiple sports anymore. They're focusing on one sport and they specialize in it. So once they get to the high school level, their parents or AAU coaches or travel league coaches always tell them, look, never mind those other sports, just focus in on this. So they never get that experience of maybe possibly being successful in baseball. So I think that kids need to pick up that sport more as well.
And I think high school kids need to play multiple sports.
Yes. When we go to tournaments and even on Facebook, you see different universities, coaches talk. I put it on my Facebook page to tell the kids, you got to play multiple sports. And we went to diversity from Major League Baseball with MJBL. And the guy said, even if you don't make the baseball team that you're going out for, be part of the baseball team. Because God forbid you can get in any way into Major League Baseball. You may not be a player, but there's marketing, there's what we're doing right here, advertising on radio, be a host of a talk show, working inside Major League Baseball. If you look at it, I guarantee you got more minorities working in Major League Baseball on a lower level than playing the position of a player. But in our program, we try to offer a lot to our players, from American Legion Baseball and our travel. I got more information to give to you.
Yeah, please give it to me.
We were part of Major League Baseball, reviving baseball in inner cities. It started out in California, Southern California, with John Young, the former Major League Baseball player, and that's where RBI started coming. We were part of it until about probably 2000. In our program, none of our coaches get paid. I got 8 coaches. Well, back then we only had 1 team, so we only had the 4. Now we have 8. We don't get paid. Our thing is giving back to the community and back to the kids in Bridgeport, because we were there. And someone stepped up to us and did it for free. We do it. And I've been here 23 years. Benji Labrador, I work for school security. Benji works for school security. He's been with the program 28. Paulie Hernandez is a school security officer. Joe Bagan is my assistant head coach for juniors. He's a correction officer in the state of Connecticut. Willie Velasquez, retired correction officer. And my 2 boys that played in the program came back to help and coach what they seen, and now they're helping out with Joe with the younger program. And Paulie Jr. played with us when he first started as a 13-year-old. Wow. He was a phenom left-hander. And again, you see it, he was it. And everybody said, how long has this kid been playing? I said, well, when he first started, he was only 13. But with that Major League Baseball team, we have been to Boston, Houston, Cleveland, Miami, Los Angeles, and Denver. What you do is you play a regional out in Jersey, and if you make it, you go to the World Series. And these are the World Series spots. We met Jackie Robinson on the 25th anniversary in Denver, Colorado, when the patch came out. We met Sharon and the commissioner, Mr. Coleman. And that's another venture that these kids never met. And what it is when you make the regional and you go to the World Series, they pay everything. Mm-hmm. They treat you just like a major league ball player. You get on the plane, they ask you where you're flying from. As soon as you get off the plane, you're meeting by 2 major league security officers that you see on the fields. They are our security for the whole thing. You put 2 teams on a bus, and we go. I mean, it's been great. And then we get into the MJBL, that's the Metropolitan Junior Baseball, out in Richmond, Virginia. And we've been to the Classic. Well, we're going to North Carolina this year. We've been to South Carolina, Orlando, Florida, Richmond, Virginia, and Chicago, Illinois. We won it 2 years, 2 times so far. Our juniors won it once. So it's been very good, and I'm just glad I'm doing it for the kids.
True travel baseball. This is really travel. Really travel.
Yeah. This ain't local travel baseball.
No, some people say travel baseball when they talk in Hartford, Bridgeport.
Just Connecticut on
Waterbury. Yeah. That's a big deal. How many kids are in the program?
We try to get 36. We try to get 18 per team. Mm-hmm. But if whatever comes out, we take. Our general manager, George Wilson, he's been very sick. So I've been taking the realm of organizing the team travel and all that, and I don't mind doing it because I love it. He's been doing it over 40 years. He started with the Bridgeport PAL, and then he came into American Legion Baseball. And it's been a hit for us ever since.
All right. I know you got a fundraiser coming up.
I got a couple fundraisers coming up.
Yes, a little bit about. I know I saw the May 6th one.
May 6th is casino trip on Foxwoods.
Jay, we got some tickets for that. We on that bus.
I got 48. I got 48. I got some
tickets now.
I always appreciate it. Yes.
Y'all stupid.
How about this? I'll give you a ticket to May 6th is the casino trip. May 19th, I'm holding out in Bozzy's Four Seasons. I'm bringing a Frank Sinatra impersonator.
Wow.
And that's going to be a real hit. This guy's from Rhode Island.
Sounds cool.
He is legit. He is legit.
Okay. But go ahead and give us a little bit about May 6th and May 19th. Well, we got May 19th.
Right.
Bozzy's.
And the casino's May 6th.
And the casino trip. He's doing a casino trip May 6th. If you guys, how can they get in touch with you, James?
Facebook is James Meszoros. Mm-hmm. My phone number is 202-212-2755. That's my cell phone. And we also do community work. And like I said, my program is just not about baseball. Okay. My program is the community. Mm-hmm. And in the community we have done, last year we did the memorial flags with the veterans at Mountain Grove Cemetery. We do the Fairfield Marathon that's hosted by Park City Lodge FOP, the federal officers. Okay. And we've been doing the Bridgeport Fire Department, cleaning out the fire hydrants.
Really?
With the Boy Scouts of America. I'm a fire commissioner in Bridgeport, so cool. I know when it's big snow, and they put it out, and I try to get our kids involved. We had Central Baseball. We had Boy Scouts of America out there with Don Donaldson. He helped us out with getting those kids, and it was fun. You know, we had news coverage, and that's what I want. I want my guys to be out there and let the people see what my program does. Mm-hmm. It's not just about baseball. It's about the community that they came from, and that's what we've been doing.
What's the number again?
203-212-2755. And I want to give a shout out, if I can, to all the wives that have their husbands with us from May 18th all the way into the end of July.
And do you want to give a shout out to your coaches?
If you don't mind. Benji Labrador is the head coach of the senior team. Mm-hmm. Paulie Hernandez is my assistant with the seniors. Head coach of the junior program is Joseph Pagan. The assistants is Mike Meszoros and James Meszoros. And my other assistant for the senior team is Willie Velasquez. The guys do an excellent job. Again, they don't get paid for it. They're there every day with the kids out in the field. Whenever we do fundraisers, they're there. And that's why we're doing it, because we got to get funding for the travel team to go to Greensboro, North Carolina.
All right, Bridgeport, Connecticut, man. We need y'all to stand up. Okay?
Yeah, no,
Bridgeport, Connecticut, man. This is a tremendous opportunity for these young men. 15 to 19 to get involved in this Bridgeport American Legion program and this Bridgeport travel program. It's a true travel program that goes across the country. So make sure you guys support them. the best you can. Remember, the number is 203-212-2755 if you want to get involved. James Meszoros has his Facebook page, so you guys can always contact him there. Anything else, man? A website or anything?
No website yet. No, just haven't constructed yet.
And Jay, I will say this about James. He's the most prepared guest we've ever had.
Oh, yes. Thorough. Very thorough.
He has notes and everything.
And I'm appreciative of that.
Yes, it made the interview very easy.
Yes. I got one more. In our program, I should have mentioned it. We had one of our former players got drafted in Major League Baseball.
Okay.
He was a high school standout at St. Joseph. Was an outstanding standout at Stony Brook University. Got drafted. I'm sorry that I don't know the round that he was at. His name is James Campbell. He got drafted by the Los Angeles Dodgers. Okay. And he's still playing with the Dodgers.
Congratulations to that young man.
Yes.
Also, I saw your son tried out for the Bluefish.
Yeah, he tried out. Yeah, nice experience. Well, we all started at Bluefish. I worked there for 8 years. Both boys were the best.
We are working on media conventions for the Bluefish.
Okay, great.
We've been trying to get
involved. Fall.
Yeah, just things over there and get our program over there, involved with some baseball stuff. So we definitely like to keep in touch with
no, definitely. I'm hopefully going to come back and help them with some groundwork. The weather was very rough on them with the field because of the ice and snow. Hopefully they get it ready for game time.
Hey, speaking of that, and this is totally off topic, and I apologize, this is totally off topic, but I was watching a Mets game, and they were talking about the grounds, the field. And it was interesting. I'm a nerd at heart, so it was interesting to me because I always wondered how did they keep the field looking the way it looks through the winter. And what they said was the Mets, they go out and they put a plastic tarp over the entire field that allows the grass to stay at a certain warmth because of the sun. And then when it snows, they paint everything black. They paint the entire field black and then cover it. And so when it snows, the black draws heat and it melts the snow 6 inches per hour. So if it snows in Citi Field, they have this tarp that melts the snow instantly and it keeps the grass heated at a certain level so the grass grows. So in April, when they take this plastic tarp off, it's ready to go.
Science is amazing. I think I said that last week, that science is the key, man.
And most of the fields are really developed correctly. They put gravel on the bottom and they put sand so that when the rain comes, it just goes right down. And that's what we have at the stadium. Once they drag the field up, you hear the bubbles, the water getting sucked into the grass.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
But James Meszoros in the building with us, Bridgeport American Legion, Bridgeport Travel Program. Make sure you guys check him out. Go on his Facebook, man, if you want to be involved, 203-212-2755. Make sure you get in touch with him if you know anybody who wants to play, or you guys please donate to the program. James is also, going to be a part of the Inside the Locker Room family. We'll talk about that later on in the show. But we'll be back in a minute, man. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate you. Definitely.
And 13 viewers and 3
overall.
Oh, yeah. He was drafted in the 12th round.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, Florida?
Oh, yeah. That was great. I'm always on WITC. They give us Christmas fund. They sponsor us, and I get on right before we go and push it out a little bit more.
Okay.
No, it's been great. I mean, you guys, when I first saw it and I saw Big Tom, I just went, when was it, like a year ago?
Going on at Tom? You listening to Inside the Locker Room with Ant and Jay on WNLK 1350 AM.
All right, Inside the Locker Room, Ant and Jay. We're back again. Big shout out to James Meszoros, man. Excellent program, man. He's doing a lot giving back to these kids in Bridgeport, man. So make sure you guys go support that. Jay, we got some games later on today, NBA. All right? Yeah, oh, man, you got to talk to me.
And I'm just
shake your head. I'm doing, Are you getting cute for the cable show? Are you getting cute for the cable show right now? You gotta ignore the cable show.
Oh my God.
I'm not doing anything for cable, man.
You're not even talking to me.
Huh?
Dude, you're literally not talking to me. You're just nodding your head as if we're in the car. Jay, What's good? We have 4 games later on today. Would you like to talk about them?
Of course I would, man.
Okay, all right.
What do you want to talk about?
We're going to talk about the 4 NBA games that happened.
But what do you want to talk about?
Washington, Atlanta.
What about Washington?
They play at 1 o'clock today. I think Washington's going to sweep them.
D-New, what up, D-New? Your boys come on at 1.
Yo, please go to Hollywood. We have a Wednesday night already. Washington and Atlanta, brother. Washington play. I think Washington's going to sweep Atlanta. So we don't even really.
I think Atlanta will get one game.
I know. I think Washington's guards are just too good.
I think they got some talent over there in Atlanta. They're going to win at least one.
Oh, you just said that they're going to be tough.
No, I think between Paul Millsap and those boys, I think that they have enough talent to get a game for them. Sometimes John Wall and Bradley Beal, they do a weekend.
They do?
They pick sometimes. So maybe they might be.
But they're also the best 2 guards in the league, like us.
Yeah. I don't know if they're the best 1-2. That's Steph Curry and Clay.
Yeah.
That's Steph and Clay. But the young guys, yeah, they're tough.
All right, so we're right behind first take. All right, we'll let first take be
number 1? Yeah. We'll be Bradley Beal and John Wall?
Absolutely. And I'm John Wall.
You John Wall?
I'm kidding, yo.
I don't mind taking my shots when I get them. Bradley Beal still puts up 20 plus.
A couple of tragedies, man, going on and you guys, I lost my Facebook live feed because the phone died, but we'll get it back in a minute. A couple of tragedies in professional sports yesterday, man, that I want to touch on because one involved the NBA playoffs. Our prayers and our blessings go out to Isaiah Thomas, man. His sister was killed.
China Thomas was killed in a car accident. I think she probably fell asleep at the wheel. It happened about 5 a.m. in the morning out there in the state of Washington. So condolences to Isaiah Thomas' sister.
Yeah, 22 years old. That's
she hasn't started life yet.
Life hasn't even started at 22. So we want to send our prayers to the Thomas family. I hope he has a good game today.
Will that be motivation or will it be?
I don't know because I've never experienced that kind of tragedy at that young age. So
yeah.
I don't know. That's tough. And then the second one, man, the freak accident that happened to Tyler.
Oh, him backing over his daughter?
Yeah, he got the car out of the driveway, man, and the car hit the little girl.
That's tragic. That's tragic.
Yeah, that's sad.
So sports reminds us sometimes about life, and life reminds us sometimes about sports. And we want to send our prayers and blessings, especially today, to both of their families and loved ones, the people who are part of that. But back to the basketball, Boston, Chicago. Any thoughts?
Sweet. I think the Celtics will sweep them.
Did he?
Yeah. Fred Hoiberg, I'm not convinced with him as a head coach in the NBA. Mm-hmm. They probably had the most lineup changes out of any team in the NBA this year, so I'm just not a believer that they're going to do anything in the playoffs. They're going to get swept.
I agree with that. I give Chicago one game because of D-Wade and Jimmy Butler, but I just don't think they have enough depth.
Who's going to check Isaiah?
No.
That's the question. No. That's why they're going to get swept.
Yeah, Rondo's in his passing time, so I agree with you. I think it's tough. Do we have to talk about Golden State and Portland? Especially when Portland doesn't have Jokic.
Portland has the combination to kind of give them fits, though.
Really?
Let me explain. You can say really like the beef procedures, but I just think that personally, Damian Lillard and McCollum, that 1-2 guard punch is up there with Bradley Beal and with Klay Thompson and Steph Curry in regards to talent. If you can match those 2 guys, play for play, I think they could do something. I just think that they're going to get a game or 2. They're going to cause a fit for them.
Okay. I think it'll be a 4-0 sweep.
Nah. They're going to get at least. I think they're going to get 2 games.
Really?
Yeah. I think Portland won at least 2 games in that series.
Okay. I don't see it happening.
The difference is Durant. If Durant is going crazy, then they have no shot. But if Durant is, still kind of struggling from his little injury and everything like that, then, they have a shot to win a couple games. They're not going to win the series, but they're going to win at least 2 games. And if Durant's not himself. And
then probably the series that everybody's waiting to watch, Houston and Oklahoma City.
Interesting series.
It's interesting because everybody wants to see Russell Westbrook.
I think the pieces that they picked up late in the season, what's his name? Dougie McBuckets. McDermott and the other guy from the Bulls, Taj Gibson. I think they're going to make a difference in that city. For them to win, those two players have to make a difference for OKC to move on. If they play big, then they have a shot to beating Houston.
Okay. I just think Oklahoma City doesn't have enough depth. I think Russell's going to do everything he can to win this series, but I just think
another key for OKC is if Russell believes in Oladipo.
That's going to be key.
If he lets Oladipo shine a little bit and let him get some touches, they have a shot too, because Oladipo is very talented.
That's definitely going to be huge. So those are the 4 games later on today: Boston, Chicago, Toronto, Washington, Atlanta. Golden State, Portland, and the Rockets and the Thunder. 4 interesting games. Start today at 1 o'clock. So make sure you guys, give us your shouts later on and let us know what you think. Again, we want to say thank you to everybody. Happy Easter. Shout out to the Matriarch Agency and Janet Williams for all she does. Janet, we love you. So we want to say shout out to you. Don't forget, Eric's Games Life Tour, April 22nd. Inside the Locker Room, Jazz and Nights will be hosting. Eric's Games Life Tour, Glamour, Anaya Cheyenne.
I'm excited about that.
And to the Nightberry, we are very excited about being on stage and doing that. Make sure you check out the Big T Gospel Man Show every Monday through Friday, 10 to 12. All right? Can get your love and your blessings back then. Big T, I was listening to Big T show the other day. Big T has the old school radio voice.
Well, he definitely got that.
He went into the Don Cornelius Soul Man.
You got jokes, yo.
He introduced his artist and he went into his show. That's right. But great show, man. Y'all check that out.
This is the Inside the Locker with A and J.
We should have him do our drop.
I can do it.
Big T do our drop.
Ain't nothing but a thing, Doc.
Hey, real talk, man. We fooling around right now. But real talk, man. We're very, very blessed, and we are very, very excited about Wednesday night. Again, it's an opportunity for you guys to actually see the show in another format. You listen to us live on Sundays, and then on Tuesday you hear the replay. But this Wednesday night, we're going to be live on Cablevision, Optimum Public Access TV. Don't go crazy. Not NBC or ESPN yet. Public Access TV, but we're very, very blessed. We're very excited for the opportunity. We have a primetime slot, so the show is Wednesday nights from 8 to 9 on Channel 88 for anyone who has Optimum. So if you can't make it, DVR it, go inside the Locker Room host party. Jay and I will come by if you are and eat your chips, and so you guys will actually be able to see the show live on air. And
eat your chips?
Yeah, we're going to eat your chips.
Eat your chips with dip. You sound like Devo.
Inside the Locker Room, we'll be back. I can afford to eat somebody's chips on Wednesday. That big old bottle of ISO tea Melody brought. So
I don't even want to talk about those.
Matter of fact, right now. When we come back, man, when we come back, I'm going to be back live on Facebook, and we're going to talk about the 8 do's and don'ts of dating black men, and we'll get some craziness. And I'm going to go out the room in a second and get this big old bottle of tea so you guys can see it live on air what we're talking about. All right, Inside the Locker Room, Ant and Jay, Matriarch Agency. All right, WNLK 1350. Give us a call 929-477-1584, man. We'll be back in 30 seconds, man. And chop it up and finish the show. All right, see y'all in a minute. Inside the Locker Room, Ant and Jay. We're back, WNLK 1350 AM. Y'all thought we were playing and right now you can see it on Jay's live feed. My feed will be back up in a second.
The extra gallon size.
Yeah, you thought we were playing when we said that she brought the world's largest gallon of tea in here for us. So you guys, man, I don't know if you can see it on camera right now. She brought us a gallon
the label on it.
of ISO tea with a label on it. Jay and I will drink this after the show.
Yes,
I'm not doing that.
We'll bring this out.
I got Easter dinner to tend to. I'm not getting none of that.
None of that today? Maybe later on today.
Take a to-go bottle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not drinking it today. I'm cheating on my diet today.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. You've been working hard, man. So
I'm trying, bro.
You deserve it, today. You've been working really hard. Anything else going on in the world of sports, man? No golf this week. Hockey's going on. We talked about
hockey. Up Sergio Garcia with the massive win.
Oh yeah, that was huge.
I want to pick that up. I'm just really excited about the NBA and what's going on. I know we covered some of the NBA topics, but one team that really excites me is that Jason Kidd led Milwaukee Bucks team. I think that once Jabari Parker went down and they put Malcolm Brogdon into that starting lineup, that team is special, man. I think they're gonna knock Toronto off. If whoever they get next, I think Cleveland tried to purposely wanted to be the second. Didn't want to win the East because they were trying to avoid who they were trying to. I can't forget who they were trying to avoid.
They were trying to avoid
Washington. But I think that's going to backfire on them. They're going to end up getting Milwaukee Bucks, and they're going to give them fits.
All right. So in the last 5 minutes of the show, again, I saw this interview. I saw this thing. It said from 6 brown chicks, the 8 black men shared the do's and don'ts about dating. And I thought it was kind of interesting. So, if you're watching the live feed on the JRI stream, please comment real quick and give us your do's and don'ts. Let me go over this. We're going to push this microphone over to Mel real quick because she's going to have to give us her thoughts. Mel, the first one said, don't seek someone to complete you as a man. Yes, you're still holding that. All right. It says, so don't seek someone to complete you as a man. And what he said made sense. The guy said, I'm half of a man, she's half of a woman, so if you use the mathematical equation, 1 half and 1 half is 1/4. Why not be whole before you date someone? Thoughts? Any? None? Okay, move on. Don't convict the next man for the last man's crime. We all agree with that.
I agree with that.
Women do it all the time.
That whole mathematics equation, though, for number 1.
Big T, you turn the camera aside.
That's kind of crazy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I didn't agree with that mathematical equation.
I'm trying to get the wide angle. I'm trying to get the wide angle.
So the whole, don't bring someone in unless you want to. No, any thoughts?
Don't bring someone in unless you want to what?
Don't convict a man for the last man.
Yeah, absolutely not. You shouldn't hold anyone accountable for someone's past mistakes.
That happens all the time.
Yeah, y'all do it all the time.
That happens all the time.
Yeah.
Man ain't nothing. You mean you convict this off? Man ain't nothing. Y'all guys are all this. That's from the last message like that.
Wow.
She's like all alone up in here.
Yeah, I am all alone.
Well, that's fine.
All women don't do it, right?
Yes, they do. But okay. The next do is surprise him with acts of kindness. Jake, when's the last time someone surprised you with an act of kindness?
I get it all the time.
Lucky you.
I get acts of kindness all the time.
I actually had an act of kindness last week.
You better.
I actually had an act of kindness all this week. Someone did some really, thoughtful stuff. I was and I'll give you an example. I was home, and I was talking to this person, and I said I needed eggs. I didn't have any eggs or milk in my house. And then they bought me eggs and milk.
Oh, that was nice.
That was dope.
Kind
She said that was dope.
That was definitely.
That was dope. That was really, really nice.
Yeah,
and it didn't even cost a lot.
You know why?
I'm not gonna say who.
Because you
I
didn't
didn't
expect
even
it.
I didn't expect it. I didn't. She just texted me and was like, "Hey, I got your milk, eggs, and bread."
It would have been better if she had made you some breakfast.
Right, I was going to say
whip it up.
Some eggs, some toast,
ham,
cheese.
She's bringing it over saying, hey, I'm joining you.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you can have this loaf of bread and eggs. You got your own food.
Make your own food.
Yeah.
Make me one while you add it too.
She can ask for everything, but she's been really, really sweet to me this week, man. And she does some really, really sweet acts of kindness. So
that's nice.
Yeah, it was. I was really, really special. Man. It was really good.
You definitely gotta appreciate the people that's in.
Yeah. It was really, really unexpected, man. And I thought the world of the gesture, because it was, it was unexpected. So it was dope. The next don't expect dating will lead to marriage.
Absolutely.
I think that's a given. I mean, if you think that that's the automatic end all do all, then you have a funny way of looking at things, I think.
Okay. Stay true to yourself.
Always.
Is next.
Always.
Stay true to yourself. If you're dating someone and that person runs away after you're saving yourself, it's not the person for you. Okay. Whatever. Understand that dating is expensive. And it is. And the point that they made was really good. When you pick up the check, it's double the tab. Because if you go out for a steak, you're literally buying 2 steaks. You're buying 2 drinks. You're buying 2 of everything. So, dating does have a lot to do with finance. It's a big deal. That kind of
relationships. That's like the major thing within relationships. It's finances.
Understand his value system. That's for everybody. And then the big one was don't expect him to pay for the first date. And I think I'm past the first date, but I think that, I'm going to teach that about my son.
Maybe I'm old school, man. I think that if I'm trying to check for somebody, then, I'm going to, pay for that date. I'm going to pay for the date. I'm going to pay for us to eat.
All right. Well, we got 60 seconds left in the show, man. We'll continue this conversation on Facebook Live. The show is ending in 60 seconds, man. Tony Hardy, www. Inside the Locker Room, and Jay. Make sure you check out our website. Make sure you check out the Matriarch Agency Air Standard Life Tour. Check us out Saturday, 12:34. Be in the building. Get your tickets. Good morning, everybody who's commenting on the live feed. Jay, anything before we get out of here?
Just real quick, those of you who are watching on the live feed, stick with us. We will be having a post show.
We'll continue this.
We'll continue the show. Right after we sign off. So. Make sure you stay with us.
And Wednesday night, 8 to 9, man, we love y'all. Thank y'all so much for being a part of the show. Inside the Locker Room, and Jay, WNLK 1350, man. We'll see y'all next Sunday.
10 seconds.
That was the show.
Folks, we still here. Still doing the post.